If you are freelancing on Upwork and you have not raised your rate in the last 12 months, you are almost certainly leaving money on the table. Between inflation, Upwork's 10% service fee, and self-employment taxes, a rate that felt comfortable a year ago is quietly eroding your real income. But raising your rate feels risky. What if you lose the client? What if proposals stop getting accepted? What if you price yourself out of work? This video is going to show you exactly how to negotiate a higher rate on Upwork in 2026 without losing the clients you have and while attracting better ones. We are covering when to raise your rate, how to have the conversation, profile strategies that justify premium pricing, and the tax math that shows you why your current rate probably is not enough. Welcome to the Freelancer's Wealth Blueprint, where we help freelancers build real wealth through smarter business strategy and tax planning. If you are serious about growing your freelance income, subscribe and hit the bell. Let us start with the math that most Upwork freelancers never do. Say your Upwork rate is $50 per hour. Upwork takes a flat 10% service fee. That drops your effective rate to $45. Then self-employment tax takes 15.3% of your net income. After the SE tax hit, you are down to roughly $38. Factor in federal income tax at the 12% bracket, and you are netting around $33 per hour. That $50 rate lost $17 before it reached your bank account. Understanding this math is the foundation of knowing what your rate actually needs to be. Now, when is the right time to raise your rate? There are 4 clear signals. First, you have 3 or more positive reviews on the platform. Social proof gives you leverage. Second, you are consistently booked at 80% or more of your capacity. If you have more work than you can handle, you are underpriced. Third, demand from clients exceeds your availability. When you are turning down work, your rate is too low. Fourth, it has been a year since your last increase. Inflation runs 5 to 8% annually. If your rate stays flat, your purchasing power drops every single year. Let us talk strategy. The easiest way to charge more on Upwork is on new proposals, not with existing clients. When you submit a new proposal, you set the price fresh. There is no history, no anchor, no previous rate the client remembers. This is where you test higher pricing. If you have been proposing at $50 per hour, submit your next 3 proposals at $65. Track the response. If clients are still accepting, your old rate was too low. If acceptances drop significantly, you can calibrate. For existing clients, the approach is different. You need to have a direct conversation, and the key is framing. Do not say, "I need to raise my rate." Say something like, "I want to give you a heads up that my rate for new projects is increasing to $65 per hour starting next month. For ongoing clients like you, I am happy to offer a transition rate of $60 for the next 60 days. And I am also going to include a brief additional deliverable during that transition as a thank you for your loyalty." This approach works for 3 reasons. First, you are giving 30 days notice, which is professional and respectful. Second, you are showing the client they are getting a better deal than new clients, which feels like a loyalty reward. Third, you are anchoring to the higher rate so the transition rate feels like a discount. Now let us talk about your profile, because this is where long-term rate growth happens. Niche specialization is the single most effective way to increase your rates. Data consistently shows that freelancers who specialize in a specific skill or industry command rates 30 to 50% higher than generalists. If your profile says "I am a writer," you compete with hundreds of thousands of writers. If your profile says "I write conversion-focused email sequences for SaaS companies," you compete with a fraction of that pool, and the clients who need that specific skill will pay significantly more for it. Portfolio quality matters more than quantity. 3 exceptional case studies with measurable results beat 15 mediocre samples. Show outcomes, not just outputs. Instead of saying "I wrote blog posts for this company," say "I wrote a content series that increased organic traffic by 40% in 3 months." Clients pay for results. Client testimonials are social proof on steroids. After every successful project, ask the client for a specific review that mentions the result you delivered. Upwork's top-rated and top-rated plus badges also boost your visibility and signal reliability. These badges come from maintaining high job success scores. which come from consistently delivering excellent work and maintaining clear communication. Here is a psychological pricing tip that sounds small but works. $97 per hour feels meaningfully different from $100 per hour to most buyers, even though the actual difference is $3. This is well documented in pricing psychology research. The number 9 at the end signals value. Use this when setting your rate on proposals and in your profile. Now let us address the freelancer pricing paradox. Many freelancers believe that lowering their rate attracts more clients. The opposite is often true. Cheap rates attract clients who are price-sensitive, demanding, scope-creeping, and difficult to work with. Higher rates attract clients who value expertise, respect boundaries, and are easier to serve. Raising your rate does not just increase your income per hour. It often improves the quality of your entire client base. Let us cover the tax angle because this directly impacts your take-home. Upwork will issue a 1099 NII if your earnings reach $2,000 in 2026, the new threshold under the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. Report all Upwork income on schedule. See regardless. Deduct your home office, software subscriptions, internet bill business percentage, professional development courses, and any equipment you use for client work. The Qualified Business Income deduction gives you 23% off your qualified business income, permanent under the new law. If you earn $50,000 in qualified income from Upwork, that is an $11,500 deduction before income tax is calculated. And pay quarterly estimated taxes if you expect to owe $1,000 or more. Due dates are April 15th, June 15th, September 15th, and January 15th. One more thing. Moving clients off platform. Upwork's terms of service require that you process payments through Upwork for 2 years after first connecting with a client on the platform. Violating this can get your account permanently banned. The platform saves both parties the hassle of invoicing and payment processing. Factor the 10% fee into your pricing and treat it as a cost of doing business, at least until the 2-year window closes. Here is your action plan. Review your current effective rate after fees and taxes. Raise your rate on the next 3 new proposals by 15 to 20%. Schedule rate increase conversations with long-term clients using the transition method. Specialize your profile and showcase results-based case studies. And track every deductible expense to keep more of what you earn. Your skills are worth more. Price them accordingly. Subscribe for more freelancer business strategy. See you in the next one. This content is for educational purposes only and does not constitute tax advice. Consult a qualified tax professional for guidance specific to your situation.